and welcome to another episode of Talking Paranormal with the Old Man. And I am, as usual, the Old Man. How you doing on this brilliant Sunday? Doing good today. I gotta do some stuff outside afterwards, but yeah, we're good. So today we continue our tour of the 50 states, and we're going to do, of course, we're doing the haunted places in America. And if my alphabet is correct, next one up is Hawaii. We were there a couple years ago, and we did have an experience. And I'll talk about that in the podcast here. And again, just FYI, I do have a video reaction channel on YouTube called, can you guess? Yeah, buddy. Talking Paranormal with the Old Man. That's me. So, if you want to see my ugly mug and matched up with this voice, go over and check it out. And also, too, not paranormal, but I'm going to cross-promote myself. I do have a musical chairs reaction channel on YouTube. I react to music. And yeah, we have some pretty good times there. I introduce you to music that you may or may not have heard, and I get suggestions from my subscribers, and I react to what they recommend. So yeah, it's a win-win situation. So if you're in the mood to hear some good music and hear some funny, stupid, irrelevant reaction, go over to YouTube and check out musical chairs. So, without further hesitation, let's do the most haunted places in Hawaii. And again, and again, this is not a definitive. This isn't the only. This is just one person's opinion or one website. This is Haunted Rooms Co. is where I'm getting some of these are today. And again, if you've ever been to Hawaii, some of the names are really hard to pronounce. So I am sure I'm going to slaughter a lot of these. So I will do my best, but I'm sure I'm going to slaughter them. So like I said, without any further hesitation, let's do this. Okay, so the Hawaiian Islands are well known for luau's, the sunshine, and sandy beaches, surfing, and incredible views. Expensive as hell, but yeah. There are far more to the Hawaiian Islands than beauty and the plethora, that's a big word first thing in the morning, of water-based and non-water-based activities tourists and locals alike can enjoy. The Hawaiian Islands is also home to numerous haunted places with many a Hawaiian ghost story to tell. Many believe that they're the most haunted islands in the world. Well, I don't know about that, but the following are nine of the most haunted places in Hawaii. Now, when we were there, we were in Oahu, which is Waikiki, Honolulu, Pearl Harbor. So, oh look, the first one on the list is Pearl Harbor. See how I did that? I kind of like slid on in. Okay, so our first stop, well, not my first stop, but their first stop, in telling these Hawaiian ghost stories leads us to Pearl Harbor. Actually, I think they spelled harbor wrong. Yeah, they spelled harbor wrong. They spelled it like they do in the UK. Harbour. But then in the next freaking sentence, it's spelled correctly, Hrbor. So yeah, you need to do your editing there, guys. So anyways, Pearl Harbor Naval Station suffered a devastating loss on December 7th of 41. Well, yeah, when Japan attacked. Thousands of people lost their lives or were wounded during the attack. Japan also attacked Hickam Air Force Base, which sits right beside Pearl Harbor. It does. Since the devastating attack, countless visitors to Pearl Harbor have stated they have experienced different hauntings. Okay. One of the biggest things that people visiting the area, but when they say the area, what area are you referring to? Because Pearl Harbor itself is its own entity. Okay, Pearl Harbor. Then you have Hickman Field, which is right beside it, and you have to go up back. So basically, you gotta leave the Pearl Harbor visitor site, get on the highway. Well, what we did is we signed up. We signed up for the Pearl Harbor experience, which takes you across to basically Hickam Field, to the hangars. Yeah, to the hangars. You see some of the airplane exhibits. You can climb the tower, which is too fucking high for me. So I didn't do it. Plus it costs extra money. Yeah, screw that shit. Then we did all that. Then it's at your own pace, and then you go back to a pickup area, and the shuttle takes you back to the Pearl Harbor Visitor Center. So they basically, after you leave Pearl Harbor Visitor Center, you go out to the highway. You have to cross the bridge because it is Hickam is a working. I believe it's an Air Force base. I thought it was Army, but I guess not. So then it takes you across the bridge over to Hickam, and then you do your stuff and then back. Well, we also went on the USS Missouri, which is moored just a short distance away from the Arizona Memorial. So we did do that. Yeah, I think I read. Okay. So one of the biggest things I lost track that people visiting the area claim is a feeling of tremendous sadness, extreme pain, as well as feeling incredibly frightened for no apparent reason. One area believed to be haunted is the USS Arizona. People state they have seen the apparitions of soldiers. Okay. Let's get this straight right now. There was no soldiers on the freaking Arizona. Okay, they were seamen, a squid, and Marines. Okay, Marines are not soldiers. Okay, if you want to piss off, and I'm ranting here for a second. If you want to piss off a Marine, which I was a Marine, call them a soldier. Okay, Army is a soldier. Marines are Marines. Get it straight. Haunted Rooms Co. Okay, I'm going to write a strongly worded email to these guys here shortly because we are not soldiers. On the dot. See, okay, who reads this shit? People state they have seen the apparitions of soldiers on the dock. How about the deck? Huh? It's not the same goddamn thing. Oh, I'm in rare form this morning. Just pissed me off. Anyways, of the sunken vessel. The ghost of another soldier, here's the thing, is believed to wander the deck of the USS Arizona. So one sentence says dock, and there's no freaking dock, and the other one says deck. Anyways, we did go on the Arizona for a short time. They only allow you 15 minutes on there until you have to go back across to the visitor center. Didn't really experience anything there. Again, just because we didn't experience anything does not mean it's not haunted. It just wasn't at the time. Number 8, and here's one of those names that I'm going to slaughter, I know. Waiahia Botanical Garden, Oahu. And the reason why it's Oahu is because when we took the Uber from our hotel to the Pearl Harbor Visitor Center, we asked her about it, and she goes, well, we Islanders, we pronounce every syllable, so it's Oahu, not Oha, no, not whatever, but it's Oahu. So the Waiahia Botanical Garden is located in central Oahu in Hawaii. The Waiahia Botanical Garden is 27 acres of beautiful native flora displays. And again, an acre approximately is 1 football field. So you're talking 27 football fields. The garden also features Hawaiian ferns, over 60 types of trees, and countless hiking trails for visitors to enjoy. The garden, originally started out as a park in the 20s. In 57, it originally opened as the Botanical Garden. Local legend has it that the areas of the Waiahia Botanical Garden are haunted by the Green Lady. At least she's not white. She's not dressed in white. She's in green. Okay, we're already improving this morning already. Descriptions of the Green Lady, because she's not in a white dress. Some people claim she is covered in gross and green mold. Well, maybe she is in a white dress and it's just green because of the mold. Others claim she has jagged teeth, hair covered in seaweed, and fish-like scales that are green. Okay, so that's why she's green and not in a white dress. Okay, there is one legend that if you cross a certain bridge by yourself in the Botanical Garden, you will never return. Ooh, I didn't know that when I was there. The Green Lady is also said to have been seen at a local elementary school. Ooh. Setting sites on the Green Lady is definitely up there with the scariest of the scary Hawaiian legends we have come across. Number 7 is the Honolulu Airport, Oahu. That is the Daniel, oh crap, airport in Oahu. The Daniel K. Inouye. He was on the space shuttle. He's actually buried in the Punch Bowl, which I did not know. The Punch Bowl is in Oahu, and it is the equivalent to Arlington here on the mainland. Anyone that was killed in the Pacific Theater during any war, World War II for sure. Korea maybe? I'm trying to think. No, I don't think Korea would be in the Pacific, or is that considered the Pacific Theater? Anyways, yeah, it's just me wandering off here, I'm not sure. Anyways, the Punch Bowl is there, and it's a extinct volcano, which is cool by itself. You have to climb up. Excellent views of Honolulu. Excellent views of Honolulu from up there in the Punch Bowl. But it's a very quiet, serene place though. In 27, the Honolulu airport opened. Thousands of people a day travel in or out of Oahu's main airport. I think it's the only fucking airport. Based on the Honolulu ghost stories told by locals on the island, there is one individual who does not leave the airport. A blonde woman in a white dress, known as the Lady in Waiting, okay, has been, because she's waiting for the plane that will never leave, has been spotted in different areas of the airport, including at the gate. Because she's waiting for her freaking flight to leave, but it's never going to leave. It was delayed again, forever. The story states that she had fallen in love with a man who had intended to marry her. When he left on a flight and did not come back, the lady in waiting was devastated, so she took her own life. Well, yeah, he was probably married already. He was going back to his real wife, and that's why he didn't come back. Other paranormal witnesses have seen other unusual sights, such as the ghost on the Waikiki shuttle, and told it's flushing on their own. That could be a function of the flushing system. People have also experienced the sensation of someone sitting on their chest, causing them to choke. That's the old hag syndrome. But okay, if you're in the airport, okay, and someone is sitting on your checks on your chest, that means that you have to be laying down. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, so I don't know about that last one, because sitting on the chest, you have to be laying down to be sitting on your chest. Anyways, the entity that causes this is called the choking ghost. But why, if they're sitting on your chest, why would you choke? You just couldn't breathe, correct? If someone's choking you, they have their hands or her hands or his hands, whoever, around your neck, or something around your neck, a piece of string, a rope, whatever the case might be. So yeah, that whole last sentence I think is just trying to fill in space. Okay, number 6 is the Lau Theater in Hailuku. I told you I was going to be slaughtering these freaking names. Number 6 on our rundown of scary places in Hawaii, or stories, leads us to the historic, Leo Theater in Wailuku. The Leo Theater first opened back in 1928. Over the years, it has been home to countless plays and other events. Well, I would hope so. The Lao Theater is believed to be home to a considerable amount of paranormal activities. Staff members and patrons of the theater have claimed to experience an assortment of unusual activity. Excuse me. Some witnesses claim a friendly female ghost wanders around the stage, as well as sitting in different seats in the theater. That's called what's it called at the Academy Awards, where they hire people. So when a celebrity goes up and takes a piss, she sits there. Isn't that like a chair sitter or something like that? Ghosts of Hawaiian soldiers have reportedly been spotted in the basement. Okay. Other activity reported includes shadowy figures in the theater's lower levels, cold spots, and people hearing voices. Okay. Number 5 is the Hilton Hawaiian Village in Oahu. Okay. Well, wasn't that the one that the Birdie Bunch went to? I think it might have been. Hold on a second. I gotta take a drink of Coca-Cola at 9:24 in the morning. Mucho better. Okay, the Hilton Hawaiian Village is located on 22 acres, again, an acre is a football field, so 22 football fields of pristine beachfront property on the island of Oahu. I'm sure that that's going to cost you an arm and leg to stay there. Ours did. We stayed at wherever it was. I don't remember. I always forget. And I know that this is not important, but I always forget where we stayed at. It was right on the water. Let's go to Oahu. I'm not bragging or anything. I just need to know where we stayed. I'm curious. It was right. It was across the street from the zoo. It was right across the street from the zoo is just a little bit from Diamond Head. So we were close to like everything. That's way down here. Where in the hell am I at? That's way too far. That's way too far. Here we go, Waikiki. Okay, let's see. It's right on the beach. I've lost my way. Okay, there's Waikiki. Okay, here we go. Oh, God, excuse me. Yeah, it was right there. I mean, literally right across the street from the thing. Okay, where the hell are you at? I know that you're still there. I know you're still there. It's like right freaking here, dude. Anyways, I guess it's not important, I guess, because it's not coming up. Yeah, it's not coming up. Anyways, it was right there. Yeah, it was right there. Oh, yeah, here we go. It was Park Shore Waikiki Hotel. Yeah, so cool place. Right there, you can look at our balcony and see the water. The resort offers its guests much more than easy access to the beach. It also, this is the Hilton. It also affords guests with rooms, the largest hotel in the Hilton chain. Guests also get to enjoy over 90 boutiques and shops. 90, really? Is that in this freaking hotel? Numerous restaurants that serve a broad range of international cuisine, as well as the biggest pool on the island. Oh, I don't know about that. Guests can also pamper themselves at Waikiki's largest spa. Guests to the Hilton Hawaiian Village also have the opportunity to experience some paranormal activity. So, one legend states that microphone got pushed in my face. Now, back in '59, a hotel employee watched a young woman vanish right before his eyes. There are claims someone murdered the young woman in her room at the hotel. Okay, this is urban legend, I think. Other sightings by guests and hotel staff include that of a beautiful woman in a red dress. At least it's not a white dress. Probably is drenched in blood. I would be surprised. People have seen her roaming the hotel's halls, while other people claim to have seen her on the beach. There are claims the woman in red is Madame Peel, the volcanic, or the volcano goddess. Number 4 is Highway 1 Oahu. Is this all on Oahu? Highway 1 is one of the most haunted places in Hawaii that are located on the island of Oahu. Highway 1 is a roadway that passes through the Kulau Mountains. History states that many ancient warriors perished in those mountains. Construction on the highway took much longer than expected. It took roughly 7 years until completed. So what does that have to do with anything? Oh, here we go. One of the reasons that construction took so many years is that countless workers who claimed to see ghosts would either leave work the same day or would not return. Ooh. People working on the highway claim, along with seeing countless ghosts, they also heard the voices of warriors speaking to them. Okay. people have also made claims that they have heard the cries of the warriors inside the tunnels along the highway. Okay. During the process of building Highway 1, the bones of the ancient warriors were excavated. The moving of the bones is said to have disturbed the warriors' final resting place. Well, yeah, no shit. Thus, the many sightings of ghosts. Okay. Number 3 is, oh my God, Nuyuano Pali Highway, Oahu. I'm sorry, I'm slaughtering these freaking names, dudes. One of the most infamous of all supposed true Hawaiian ghost stories comes from the Nuuano Pali Highway. The Nuuano Pali Highway is the main highway on the island of Oahu. My goal is in one article to say the same, to pronounce it the same way every time, which is not going to happen. It connects the windward side of the island with downtown Honolulu. Construction on the original road started back in 1845. Over the years, the Pali Highway, thank you for not saying the whole name, has been further developed. Along the breathtaking Pali Highway, developers created the Nuuano Pali tunnels. According to legend, different areas along the Nuuano Pali Highway are haunted. At the Pali Lookout, people have seen Hawaiian soldiers being tossed off the cliff as well as a ghost in white. Okay, what the hell is Hawaiian soldiers? I do not understand this. They keep on saying, as far as I know, except for Pearl Harbor. I'm curious to see what this is, because I don't know what this is. Okay, so according to Google AI, Hawaiian soldiers have a rich and complex military legacy, with indigenous Native Hawaiians serving in the U.S. Armed Forces. Okay, I understand that since the Civil War. But they weren't a state until whenever the hell they became a state, sometime in the 50s. Today they continue their deep tradition of service through the Hawaiian National Guard, okay, an active duty unit stationed across the islands. Okay, I don't know why they're considered Hawaiian soldiers. That doesn't, okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is the Civil War, because I'm curious about this. Long before Hawaii became the 50th state, dozens of Native Americans, Hawaiians, and Hawaii-born residents volunteered to fight for the Union during the Civil War. Really? Really? Historically, before Western contact, Hawaiian warriors defended the islands using dense crescent formations and weapons made of wood, sharp teeth, and bone. The Hawaiian word for soldier warrior is puali. Puali? That wasn't too bad. Puali, I believe. Really? If you would have asked me if people from Hawaii served in the Civil War, I would have said no. Okay. See, you learn something new every day, guys. Learn something. That is my PSA for today. Okay. It is also believed if you transport pork across the Pali Highway, first your car will stop, and then an old woman with a dog makes your presence known. I wish I would have known that, because we did have a rental for one day. It was expensive as shit though. Not the car rental. We had rented a Challenger, because I have a Challenger and I kind of wanted to have a Challenger. But park. If you've ever been, and again I'm not bragging, but if you've ever been to specifically Oahu, there's no place to freaking park, man. I mean, you have street parking, but the hotel that we stayed in, the park resort, $50 a day to park. So and it was like a valet parking. So if you stayed there for a week, you're going to pay $250, even if you did not move your car, or if you moved your car for like an hour and then came back and parked it, $250 just to park your car. And I took a picture of this. Things are expensive there because nobody would believe me. I got a bag of Frito-Lay chips, just a regular bag of Frito-Lay chips, $6.49. This was a couple years ago. I can't imagine how much it is now. So, okay, so in order to get past the section of the Poly Highway, the old woman's dog must be fed the pork. I wish I would have known that. I would have freaking done that. Number 2 is Hickam Air Force Base. In September of 38, construction of Hickman Air Force Base completed, making the base ready for use. The following year, construction on the main barracks started. In 40, the base had everything the military person could need. The barracks had everything from squadron, day rooms, a mess hall, a dispensary for drugs and things like that, laundry facilities, barber shops, and other creature comforts the soldiers on the base. See, now they're not soldiers, they're airmen. Okay? They're airmen. Or we call them chair force. Okay? The Air Force is chair force. Okay? And that's a joke between military people. Chair force. They have it easy. The soldiers enjoyed their home away from home so much they gave the barracks the nickname the Hickam Hotel. I believe that. When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7th, Hickman Air Force Base suffered a tremendous amount of damage. There are still, in the hangars on Hickam that we went to part of the tour, you can still see actual bullet holes from the kamikazes. And probably Kate's too. But yeah. Since December 7th, a number of unusual incidents and accidents have occurred at Hickam Air Force Base. One incident occurred in '55 when an R-6D-1, I'm assuming it's an aircraft, was attempting to land during a heavy rainstorm in the dark. The R-6D-1 crashed and more than 60 people I'm sorry to hear that. Other incidents are more of the paranormal kind. People who have been on the base have claimed to hear the sounds of soldiers dying. How the hell do you... Okay. How... Soldiers are dying. What sounds do they make? Screams, maybe? I can see that. But to say that they hear the sounds of soldiers dying, how about the screams of soldiers? Or the moans or something like that? Oh, God. Just, I hate it. Being the stickler that I am for like details and continuity, I hate when they, yeah. Deep breaths. Okay. Others have claimed to hear what they say amount to the sounds of bombs striking and exploding. Additional reports claim that World War II sailors, thank you, not soldiers, in their fatigues. Okay, they don't have fatigues. Okay, yeah, I'm not trying to be a nitpick, but sailors do not have fatigues. Fatigues are Army and the Marines. The squids have their uniform of the day is the dark blue dungarees that look like shit and the light blue shirts. Okay, here is a personal story, not paranormal, but about the fatigues. Okay, when I was in the Marines, I was stationed. Well, I'm sorry, I went to school in Meridian, Mississippi, which was a squid base. Okay, NAS Meridian, Mississippi, and I had the Marines uniform of the day was camouflage utilities, the combat boots, the blouse, which is the top, and your pants. Okay, I had so many squids come up to me and say, "Oh, your uniforms look so good. Ours, look." They even said this. Ours, look like shit. And I'm like, dude, they're just camis. We call them camis, for short. And then they would get out of our way. You don't mess with Marines, okay? Okay, this was a squid base, okay? And there'd be two of us, and I know this firsthand. We were walking on the sidewalk, going from our barracks to a school. We had just had lunch break, so we had heading back. Me and a friend, and there was these 5 or 6 squids coming at us on the sidewalk. And I shit you not, these guys actually parted like the Red freaking Sea. They parted off the sidewalk so we could go past, and then they reformed behind us. I shit you not, true story. So, okay, so the fatigue. See, just something like this about the sailors in fatigues, it gets me off track. They wander around different areas of the base. One other claim is that there is a ghost on the base that likes to play pranks on people. Okay, the ghost, named Charlie, apparently likes to throw objects and switch radio stations, okay? Witnesses also claim that a guard shack on the base is haunted. I can understand that. Witnesses claim to have seen the ghost of a soldier in his uniform at the shack at night. The soldier, again, soldier, it would be an airman if they were in the Air Force or Chair Force. The soldier had apparently been killed while on duty in the shack. Number one, which I do not believe, I don't know, is the Oahu Community Correctional Facility. Okay. Last, but certainly not least, is, or on our haunted Hawaii trip, brings us to the Community Correctional Facility in Oahu. The Oahu Community Correctional Facility is Hawaii's largest jail. The 950-bed facility sits on 16 acres in Honolulu, again, about 16 football fields. The facility not only provides a place for an individual awaiting trial, but it also offers numerous other services and programs for the detainees. Prisoners can get help with parenting skills, substance abuse, and domestic violence issues. I'm still looking at the camera for the webcam, for the YouTube stuff. I'm not using the camera, but I'm still looking up to it. Oh my God. The facility also offers a work furlough program, jobs in the laundry facility, and the kitchen. Long before the facility became what it is today, it was the Oahu prison. From 09 to 44, 47 men were hung at the prison. Where the gallows once stood, there are now offices. There are prisoners that have been in the facility who have made claims of cell doors that rattle. Guards who have attempted to sleep in the squad room of the present-day facility claim something about the room makes it very difficult to sleep. Maybe being watched, maybe? Okay, so there is one that they, I opened up that twice here. Wait. I just opened it up twice. Okay, they did miss one, and I'm going to go to the Honolulu magazine. Ooh, that's bright. The other one was like a gray. This is all white. That's bright. That's bright. This is the Honolulu magazine, I think. Yeah, magazine. Okay. I'm just going to do a couple of these here. Okay. I know for a fact that this one is, because we had an experience there. So the place that it is this and I think it's pronounced Iolani Palace. Okay, security guards report seeing Queen. Oh my God, Lily Ukalana. And I'm not laughing at the names. I'm just laughing because it's like this is going to be hard to pronounce. Okay, so the report seeing the Queen Lily Ukalani around 5:30 in the morning and hearing the piano playing in the blue room where no one, in quote marks, living, actually in parentheses, living is actually in there. In 2006, Lupaka Kanuwani, a storyteller and founder of Mysteries of Hawaii Ghost Tours, was taking a group on one of his guided tours in the downtown Honolulu and claims to have seen the silhouette of a Hawaiian woman in the second. Dude, me too. I got a picture. I will post it when I'm done here. It will be on our Facebook page. I shit you not. I have a picture, I do believe, of her, of the Queen, okay? Have seen the silhouette of a Hawaiian woman in the second floor bedroom window where Lily Ukanilani was imprisoned, her ghost perhaps. Dude, I shit you not. The trick of the light, my imagination, I can't really say, Kapunia says. It was there, it did happen, it seems the home of Hawaii's last reigning monarchs, maybe housing more than just history and artifacts. What happened with us is we had taken the, whenever we go places, we try to take like the local haunted tours. So we took the haunted Hawaii tour, okay? I'm sorry, the haunted Honolulu walking tour, and basically me and the wife were the only two in this tour, so it was kind of cool. We had a tour guide and us, and that was it. It was cool as shit. So, anyways, so we were in front of the Iolani Palace, okay, and obviously, you know, it was after hours. We could not go in. But what happened was the following day, we were leaving, and we wanted to take the tour of the palace to see if what was in the window of the picture I took. But and this is a PSA. If you ever go to the Iolani Palace, you need to have a reservation. She goes, well, we have one tomorrow at 3. I'm like, well, we're not here tomorrow at 3, so thank you very much, So we were standing in front of the palace, and our tour guide told us a story about, the queen, whatever. So I took a picture, and I'm like, so then it wasn't until we got back home that I'm looking at this picture. I'm like, okay, that looks like like there's someone there, okay? And like I said, I will post them here shortly. So I looked, and it's like, yeah, when you blow it up, you can see somebody there, okay? And like I said, I'll post it. You have, and again, our Facebook page is Talking Paranormal with the Old Man, and you can go there after I'm done and check out the picture. And then one other picture was, there was a graveyard that we were standing in front of, and our tour guide told the story. And I'll post this picture too. It looks like there's somebody in one of the mausoleums that he shouldn't be there, because there's a gate in front of it, okay? So that was story, or the second thing that happened. The third thing that happened was she told us when we were in front of the post office. She told us a story, and this would be the last story, of Pete. He was a postal worker. He had been there for like, I don't remember what she said, 25, 30 years, whatever. And one day he did not show up for work, and everyone was like, where's Pete? Where's Pete? He's not here. And she told us a story that the management took everyone, called everyone into a meeting, and said that Pete had passed away over the weekend. This was on Monday morning, and she goes, and then, we're sorry that Pete passed away. And one of the workers said, no, wait, I just saw him this morning. He was at his area sorting the mail. She goes, I know I saw him there. And then someone else said, yeah, I saw him too this morning. Well, that's impossible. He died over the weekend. So can you imagine working there for, however long it was, 20, 25 years? You died over the weekend, and Monday you're still, your spirit is still at work. Holy shit, man. When I retire at the end of this year, I'm done. When I pass away, hopefully in 30, 40 years, you're not going to find my ass at work. I mean, I might be haunting somebody, but other than that, you're not going to find me at work. So that is our haunted Hawaii. There's other ones here too. Let me just see really fast. Okay, I don't personally have any experiences with this. Yeah. So I will end it here with our stories about our personal experiences. And like I said, if you give me about half an hour, it's 9:45 now. Give me about half an hour. I will post those pictures on our Facebook page. And again, if you're in Michigan this weekend in Bath by Lansing, we are doing a free public investigation at the Bath school bombing site. We have permission to be there after hours from 8 until midnight. Open investigation. All you gotta do is show up. Bring your equipment and show up. We have some things that we have to test for our upcoming trip to the Randolph County Asylum in July. So we're going to be testing, we did take drone footage and just all of our new equipment that we bought for Randolph, we're going to be testing here. So, and we've been to Bath many times. Shit always happens. We always get activity out, all that good stuff. So again, so thank you all for listening in. Like I said, again, if you're into music, Musical Chairs is my YouTube reaction page, where each week I do reactions to music. I scheduled yesterday was a rapper called Aesop Rock, and then today, at noon, the other one's going to be released, and it is Bonnie Tyler, Holding Out for a Hero. So if you're from the 80s, you know who that is. She was also in the video, or the song was also in Footloose, the original, not the remake. The original is the best one. Don't watch the remake. So again, I'm rambling, so I will sign off from now. Again, You have to be more afraid of the living than you do of the dead. That's a fact. That's a fact, Jack. Stay away from the light unless that's what you want to do. By all means, And if you're in Michigan, in Bath on the 23rd, show up in Bath. We'll be happy to see you there. And until then, until we meet again, bye-bye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye.